Nearly. So, hi everyone. So we've got Deadpool 3's in trouble. TikTok has sued a state in America. We've got PlayStation Showcase. We're going to be talking about Ted Lasso, and we have a very special guest who hasn't been on the show this year. It is always a pleasure to have every single time he comes on this show. The man, the myth, the legend, Tom from Two Sides of the Story. How are you going, sir?
Oh, Lee, you beautiful soul. I try to one-up you whenever you give me a beautiful introduction like that. And I don't think that there's anyone greater in the podcast realm right now than you and that beautiful Indiana Jones leather jacket you're rocking right now.
Just need the hat.
Yeah, that's it. You're like off on an adventure, talking to fucking weird Canadians, having the time of your life. I love it.
Well, I'll do this every single day of the week with you.
We should have a fucking spin-off fucking podcast where we have lights, camera, sides.
Yeah, two sides of the rant.
Two sides of the rant. Let's fucking go, buddy.
Boom. Print.
Scheduling will be a bitch, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, that's the only thing I hate is just the time zones to try to figure out internationally. I'm like, oh, yep. Which time zone are you? Which time zone are you? Which time zone are you?
Yeah, I think it's bad enough when I try to go with Sean, and we're just a 3-hour difference between us. But even then, it's a fucking tricky thing. You and I are going on like what, an 18-hour difference? Going like, all right, I can do that this time in the morning, which would be like 10 p.m. for you. You don't have plans on a Saturday night, do you?
You're not doing anything, are you?
Yeah. You're good, right? Like we could do this. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, no, man. I got nothing better to do to talk to my Australian pen pal. Let's fucking do it.
Australian pen pal. I think the one of the most difficult time zones I've ever done, which was fine and I loved it, was I did a 5 o'clock episode in the morning at a business conference with the guys from Film versus Film. I was 5 o'clock in the morning in my hotel room recording just on my phone. And because
that's a level of commitment, man. I love it.
Yeah.
That just goes to show how much you love doing this thing. That you will wake up at an ungodly hour, and even if you don't have your shit, you go like, well, I have a fucking phone that can record. I'm there. Let's do it. Like, I'm here.
Yep. Even though and where we were was like kind of like in the hills. So I think it took about the Wi-Fi. It took about 6 hours for it to upload to Riverside and the audio. It took that long to get up. I like left it in my room. It just took forever to upload. I was like, this is going to sound crap. But it sounded pretty good. I love the episode though.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good then.
Yeah. So before we fully get into this episode, there's always one thing we've got to do first, and that's always the lovely intro.
Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
So tell me, man, what have you been up to? As before this episode started, as mentioned, you guys are up to 108 episodes.
Yeah.
Every single week you kill it. And I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, you are the most humblest person in podcasting.
Okay. All right. I don't know about that. I appreciate it. Thank you. All I am is I'm just a fan of what all of us are doing. So like, I don't know if I come off as humble or anything like that, but like when you see people that you want to succeed, you go, fuck yeah, go. Like I'm just as much a fan as I am your friend here, and I'm here for all these guys that I've met through podcasting. A thing I love doing. Like, shout out to all of you that fucking kill it on a daily basis. We're not the only ones that. Yeah, we're 108 episodes deep, and thank you for saying that we kill it every week. But like, we've had some bad ones, but like
we all have.
Yeah.
Like, I went back and I re-upload all my old episodes onto YouTube so someone could go back and listen to all my episodes. And some of those very first episodes, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
God, I'm so glad I bought a better mic.
Yeah, like when we started doing the podcast, I would record. It was in the pandemic, so I had moved back home during the pandemic, and I would record in my sister's old room, which was Barbie pink. So like there was just like I don't want to even put out the video because you'll just be distracted by like, why is Tom in a pink room? Like what's with all the fucking porcelain dolls in the background? Like I don't want to give the wrong image, but like that's what we had to do back in the day. I didn't have a desk to deal with, and it's just like I had to move back home during the pandemic, and then fucking here we are now. But yeah, it was dope. Like and then when I see you guys succeeding, like the Two Girls One Multiverse are fucking killing it. Star Wars are fucking killing it. Earth 894, do you bear witness to the fucking multiverse of March Madness they did?
Yeah,
amazing shit. You yourself are fucking killing it. Like you do amazing content every week. Sometimes like it's hard to keep up because like fuck, did I watch that yet? I don't know if I watched that. I don't want to hear Lee talk about it because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna get to it. Give me a minute here. But like you're fucking killing it weekly. So it's not like a thing where I'm like I'm humble. Like, no, man, like you're all fucking killing it.
Yeah, and so are you. And it's always interesting to look back and see how far all of us are gone, like how our shows are gone and who's new guests, who pops up. Like just recently, the guys we had on the Unqualified Heroes. Yeah. Those guys are killing it as well with what their content is. And they've popped up everywhere. They were great. If you get a chance, you should definitely jump on their show. They're a great bunch of guys.
You heard it here first. I'm available. You guys call me, shoot me a message. I love guesting on podcasts. I'll talk for fucking hours.
I know. Truth be told, you're the longest episode.
That's because O'Rear quit. He fucking gave up halfway through. Right away. I'm kidding. I love O'Rear. He's one of like I said before, Star Wars is fucking killing it. And like what I like about O'Rear is that he's one of the most well thought out podcasts and creative, by the way. That whole Jar Jar Binks thing he did, like that was his baby. That was well done. If you haven't heard it yet, they did like where is Jar Jar Binks? Like where do you think he is in the Star Wars universe? And they approach it not even from a great comedic standpoint, but like a super entertaining Star Wars fan standpoint.
It's like a new like a
detective noir
story.
Yeah. And it was creative. It like I've never heard like it was like a great one-off episode that he did that was strictly fun. And then you had Devin Stone from Earth 894 doing a fucking killer Jar Jar Binks impression in the middle of it. Like, dude, that not only does that take balls, it takes like just the chat. Like, I think that this would be great. Hopefully someone else will. And then just the courage to do that. Good on them. Good fucking on them.
When I was talking to Michael about it, he said the numbers were incredible. All the feedback was fantastic. I just can't imagine how much, like the amount of work, like textual work to craft that episode instead of just doing a normal episode just takes that much extra effort. But when you see all the people do the feedback and everything, it's well worth it. And they've done them fantastic. And Michael's the reason why I use StreamYard.
Yeah.
Because I was watch his episodes. I'm like, that's really cool. I want to do it.
No, exactly. Like, and that's the one thing I also like about our podcast community, right? Like, we help each other out. No one's a dickhead. No one's a dickhead. That's why I refuse to think I'm the most humblest guy in this thing, because all of you have helped me out at some point or another. I've gone to one of you for advice going, I need to figure this shit out. How do I do it? And then you guys help me because you're wonderful, kind-hearted people. That's what I love about this community. It's no one's in this for like monetary gain or wanting to be better than anyone else. They all kind of want us all to succeed. Now, I know we all can't get all the fucking listeners we want, but at the same time, like I think we all kind of listen to each other, and that's something beautiful as well. So that's great.
I got my top 10 podcasts on Apple Podcasts that I always circle through during the week and wait for the last episode. And pretty much everyone we've mentioned now is pretty much who. And it's great to see that also the Nerdos boys are back.
Yeah, they're coming back. We gotta get oh my god, his name's gonna fucking elude me.
Zach?
We're trying to get Zach. Thank you. Fuck, he's gonna give me
Kyle.
shit for that. No, well, we want to get Zach on for sure. I was messaging with him a little bit. Just again, like trying to get our Sean and I our timing together with, and then when you got to get a third person involved, it's tricky business. But we're trying our best, especially what we're trying to do because it's summer now and we want to enjoy the summer as much as we can. Is like bank a whole bunch of guest episodes and then like reconvene and then as we go away because like Sean just traveled for like the first time in his life and now he's got the bug.
Oh, that's a hard bug to knock off. Once you've got that, it's just go.
Yeah, so like he went to Boston and then like 2 weeks later I went to Boston. I was like, yeah, fuck you, I could go to Boston too.
Yeah,
and just did the exact same trip because I can.
Yeah. But now, like me and my mates, like ever since coming back from America, which we still haven't done anything, we keep talking about, where would we go next? Where would we want to go? What do we want to do? And Maddie's same time, Maddie's like, oh, you want to go to Europe? And I'm like, I do. I want to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Still got that bug. But and Zach actually came on for the 100th episode.
Yeah.
I said to him, he's like, he's like, oh, you sure you want me to join? I'm like, dude, of course I want you to have, for the 100th episode. You're the first international guest and you should be there for the 100th.
Yeah, well, that's rightfully so. And he has tremendous insights as well. Like, that's what I like about, I love how we're all different. And he's like, he has a different perspective than I do completely. And I find him very interesting to talk to. Because, like, there's a lot of stuff he'll point out where I just didn't see it that way. So like I remember like talking to him about Harry Potter and like he's being like overly critical about the movies, but then I just like, I don't know, man. I go back to being 12 when I watch these movies. I can't I don't watch movies got like as Siskel and Ebert going, can you see that troll? CGI in 2002 is not what it is today, am I right?
No, I did say that to him because we were talking about how HBO Max or HBO whatever they're going to call it now is going to do the reboot, and he was just like, oh, "Why?" I'm like, "I know."
No, this is brilliant. Honestly, I'm so for this happening, and I'll tell you why. The amount of stuff that they took out of the books to put in the show, you can now have the time. Harry Potter is going to work tremendously as a show. Tremendously. It's going to be exciting and all that, those little details. Like, I want to see Peeves. I want to see him fuck around. I want to see the extra fucking Weasley twins do all their fucking around. Like, I want to see like all this stuff that like I hold dear in the books that I didn't get to see in the movies. I want to see it. And you're going to be in a position with these hour-long episodes to put from page to screen to a more accurate place. And it's doable. If you're doing it in 10 episodes, you could tell like the philosophers, you can tell the Philosopher's Stone in 10 episodes. You can.
Yeah.
Like you could. And not have to add, not have to subtract. You can probably just go, we're doing chapters 1 to 6 today. Go.
Done. Yeah. Well, I said one positive about it, I did find was that, it's because HBO, it's going to have that sweet HBO Max money.
Yes.
Like, if it was Netflix, I would have been like, oh, it's going to be canceled after one season.
Well, I don't know where Netflix is getting this bad rap from, because Netflix still puts out quality content. It's just the problem with it is, like, if it's not immediate. Right? Like, if you watch, like, Stranger Things, I remember when I saw the preview for Stranger Things when it came out, and it just, like, came on, like, I watched the preview for it, and I was like, all right, this show has my fucking attention. I'm going to watch this right now. And then we all fell in love with it. But now things like Blockbuster failed because no one watched it. It's because no one cared. But
same, well, not the same thing, but like, look at Wednesday. There was no confirmation about the second season, and it was one of the highest rated shows Netflix has brought out recently. and it was a worldwide phenomenon because of the dance and everything, and there was still nothing announced. Everyone was convinced it was going to be cancelled.
Well, this is what I've been waiting for since like 1992, right? Like after Adam's Family Values.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and like I know they're not like I know the second one isn't the best, but both those movies, as far as Adam's Family goes, they're the absolute fucking peak Adam's Family.
Yeah, I think they're both just as good.
I agree with you. I keep giving shit. I was trying to be safe. I didn't want to get into a debate.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I love them both. They're peak Adams, and I have no idea why we've never got something similar ever again. We had the new Adams Family show for a little while. That was a couple seasons long.
That was the Netflix one?
No, that was like it was called the new Adams Family. It was in like the late 90s. Early. And then we had like a couple like spin-off movies here and there, but that were straight to VHS or straight to DVD. And then we got these animated movies, which I stand that if they did those animated movies as live action, they would have fucking killed it, because that's more or less the cast I would have done for a live action Adam Family movie. But then when we got this show, Jenna Ortega fucking kills it as Wednesday. The story was phenomenal. And then the casting of like Gomez and with what's his fucking name? He's in everything.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
It was Morticia, but Gomez Adams was Guzman, something Guzman.
Yes, yeah. He's always a cop or something in the movie. Yeah, Gomez. I think because the Adam Family Values, Gomez was the only casting I was so iffy on. I was like,
well, because like I'm so used to like that Raul Julia, right?
Yeah,
like
that's
the handsome debonair sword master. You know who could have been great as Gomez Adams, in my opinion, is who's the guy that played Swordmaster in Hawkeye?
Yes, I forgot his name, but he was also in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he
would have been good.
He would have been great, but also I'm sorry, I'm blanking on fucking names today, but Poe Dameron, who played who played
Ethan Hawke? No.
Hey,
Moon Knight.
Yeah,
and also Spider-Man of the Future. 2099.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac. He played. He did the voice of Gomez Adams in the animated film. I think he would make a tremendous Gomez Adams as real life.
he would have.
Yeah, but you know,
it's their own.
There's a reason why I'm not in Hollywood, so there's a thing. I don't know, but I think I would kill it in the casting department.
Oh, we would 100%. I think the movies that we'd make actually would be good and not go, oh look, reboot button.
Exactly.
Oh look, that movie's only 3 years old. Reboot.
Hey, if you had that attitude, we wouldn't have Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's a technicality.
I'm just saying.
That's technicality because it technically wasn't a reboot because it was the MCU version.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I would say to make that excuse as well. You're right.
It would have just been weird with Andrew Garfield, I feel like, in the MCU. But then again, back then, that would have seemed right. But now looking back on it, we would have been different. But speaking of Spider-Man, might as well dive straight into the news.
All that conversation was planned for this fucking segue right here.
Yes, it was. Perfect. Straight across. Now, the last time you were on this show, I did mention the Spider-Verse trailer just dropped, I think, within the week that we going to record. And we're only a week away from Spider-Verse, the movie, which the promotion material is going nuts. And for some reason, like, I still love that Spider-Man of the Future looks effing jacked compared to the first one. You got your tickets yet?
What's it, Miguel O'Hara? That's his character's name, Miguel O'Hara?
Yeah.
I'm so down for this. Did you ever play a game, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions?
No, but I've seen like the cut scenes because wasn't there two? Wasn't it where
I
was
think there's just one.
shadows?
I don't know if there was a sequel.
Oh,
I don't know, but like Neil Patrick Harris played Spider-Man. The guy that voiced Spider-Man in the '90s did Spider-Man Noir. Like all I'm saying is that was my first introduction to Miguel O'Hara or Spider-Man 3099 or 2099, whatever numbers they want to give him. And I fucking love the suit. And what I love, and I'm just super down to see what they bring. Like I'm super down to see. Also, I'm very curious to see why he's such a dick. Like this trailer does
yeah.
not paint him in a nice light, but the comedy fucking brings it. That one scene where you see them going through the therapist's office, and then I saw Uncle Ben, and he was like, "Let me guess, he died," because just like we fucking know Uncle Ben's dead. Fuck,
He's dead.
yeah, we can't even watch that scene. I don't even feel nothing. Recast him as anybody, I will feel nothing about it.
Oh,
Have him played by Sean Bean because, like Sean Bean, Uncle Ben always dies.
yeah. You know why Sean Bean always dies, right?
Why?
Because his first name and last name don't rhyme as they should.
So that requires death in film at all times.
Exactly
Like,
right.
I think the only movie he doesn't die in is National Treasure.
Yeah, I think he after that he also put in requests that my character doesn't die.
Yeah,
I think there's some
please.
interview where he said, "Well, my character won't die, will he?"
Please, can my character not die in this?
Can he just live, please?
No.
But it looks like, from what I can tell from the trailer, which now we got probably compared to the first one we got, now we got a better story trailer since then. That it looks like his dad has to die for him to be Spider-Man and the universe doesn't crack.
So here's the thing. I'm for the story, whatever. But like every other Spider-Man, they had an uncle, they had a friend, they had this. Someone had to die. We had that scene in the Spider-Verse.
I said that to a mate last night. I was like, "Well, his uncle did die, so that's his uncle."
And his
Ben
uncle
moment.
that meant like a lot to him.
Yeah.
So listen, like I'm not one to judge, and don't get me wrong, that movie already has my money. I'm going to it 3 times. I've already decided. But
I got my tickets. I'm gonna already, and next week I've got the guys from Why So Sidious coming on. We're gonna do the review.
Beautiful. But I'm just super down to see it. I was just curious about that one thing, and then like, what's gonna be the turnaround, and then what's the real bad guy? Is it Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099? Is it the Spot? Is it like I don't know. And what I like about this is that it's going to open the doors to those like variation Spider-Mans that we've always seen but never really saw, like Scarlet Spider, who is like a Peter Parker clone, and he couldn't tell the difference, so he just went like, well, I'll go and be this one. And it's like Riley, was it Benjamin Riley?
Yeah, I think
so. He took his middle name and Uncle Ben's first name and decided to go like that.
Boom, done. Yeah. Well, very good. Just remember, there's going to be part 1 and part 2. So obviously, something at the end screws up something, which leads into which this time next year, I'm pretty sure that the part
it'll probably go full Infinity War, where the only people that are going to survive are Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, and Peter Porker. Spider-Pig.
That's why my hands are wet. No other reason.
I want Spider-Pig back. I'm a big John Mulaney guy. I'm glad he's out of rehab. And
well, that's an interesting thing I did see was someone had a fan theory, was like, notice how none of them are actually in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, Nick Cage said he wasn't.
Well, Nick Cage wasn't, but he's not in it. But none of the others are in it except for
Spider-Gwen
and the other
Peter
dude.
B. Parker.
The rest aren't in there. So there's like some theory that they're trapped somewhere.
I'm fucking down. If you can do that, like listen, I'll hear any Spider-Man story there is, man. Like I am a part of it. Like I've loved Spider-Man since I was 6 years old, and I don't think that'll ever leave me. So You give me Spider-Man, you have my fucking attention.
More Spider-Man, which you're about to get at the end of this year with Spider-Man 2 video game, which the new trailer showcase looked awesome. No release date, just says fall of 2023.
Which is fine. And here's the thing about these games. Now, I know that you don't like it when they announce delays.
No.
You know, but here's my thing. I want it done right. I want it, you know what I mean? Like, take your time. Do what you got to do. Make this as good as you promised me. Okay? Because if you're bringing me Venom in a Spider-Man and Miles Morales world, I can't wait to fucking see it. But, like, take your time with it. Do it right. So
it's not that I don't like delays. It's just I get so hyped for the release date and like so ready for it, and then
give it to me now.
Yeah,
I want it.
Yeah. Well, I think the worst delay that I always feel burned by is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a month out to release date when they said it was going to be delayed for a year, and I was like, "Oh, what?"
Worth the wait, though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was worth the wait. It was well worth the wait. It was one of the greatest games of our generation. But still.
But that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. All right. I'll wait.
No, but I love the first Spider-Man game. The first Spider-Man game, I literally wept at that ending.
I haven't actually played it.
What the fuck are you doing? Now I'm mad now. Now I am mad now.
No, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. My plan is to binge both of them when they come out.
Okay, Lee, stop that. It's bad attitude. Play it now. Get the emotions out of the way, so when you play the second one, you're not still crying. And bring a fucking Kleenex, because now I'm worried I'm going to spoil it for you, and I don't want to.
Oh no, I've seen a clip of the ending. I've seen a clip. Obviously, thanks to the wonderful world of TikTok, nothing is safe or spoiled.
Yeah, but I'm telling you this right now, man. Play the game, and then and what my favorite part of just doing it is like when you're not doing story mode and you're just Spider-Manning around New York City.
Spider-Manning.
Yeah, you just. I don't know. How would you put it?
No, I know what you mean.
You're just like web slinging around the city. I think I've played and replayed that game 4 times now.
Oh shit!
I love it that much, and I still can't beat Taskmaster.
Oh, don't worry. Black Widow did. So what's wrong with you?
I know. Fuck, I don't know. I can't beat Taskmaster because I'm bad at time trials in video games. I'm not the best video game.
I hate time trials.
Yeah, you give me time. Mm-hmm.
I never finished the the Riddler challenges in Arkham. Like, nah.
That's one of those things I'm just gonna have to be okay with being okay with, because I will never complete those things.
Nah. I'm right there with you. Right now, I'm punching out Jedi Survivor, which I'm still trying to finish to put a review out. But we did actually, moving on a little bit, we did get one announcement, which I'm interested if you're excited for, is that we got the release date for the brand new season of Futurama.
Dude, I have been rewatching Futurama since I heard the news. I fucking love that show. It was one of the most underrated cartoon comedies ever. And the voice actors that they put in, like Billy West alone, is one of the funniest fucking voice actors. And it's amazing to bring Ben. Now, I wanted to ask you this because I knew this was probably going to come up in conversation because I saw how excited you were. The voice of Bender, something DiMaggio. There was a problem with his contract a few years last year or months ago. Did that get resolved? I don't remember reading anything about that.
Yes, so it did get resolved. It is indeed Bender that he did come back to it, but it was probably about a month between when he said that he's not coming back to when he said yes. They finally came to the table, and to me, like I feel it boggles me. I'm like, why don't you just do it in the first place? Like, just get the original cast back to do it. If you want the views, you want the streaming, you want it to do well, you can't. Obviously, the main three characters, obviously Bender, Leela, and Fry. You have to have all the characters.
I honestly, I would be pissed if fucking. Well, I know Billy West has the voice for both of them, but I would be pissed if the Professor and Zoidberg weren't in the show.
Oh yeah,
But I know Billy West does their voices, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Like he's on board. But like, if you didn't have like the five, I would be fucking mad.
yeah.
Zoidberg, I just rewatched the
Wow,
episode where they go
Zoidberg.
back, in time, and they're the Roswell thing, and they're like dissecting. It was like, oh, that's my spleen. I have 4 of them. Just take it.
You just take it. Oh, he's like, oh, look at all the food. Oh man, I didn't bring my wallet. It's for free.
It just goes nuts. Like that's just classic comedy, and they know what they're doing. That's the thing, is that these voice actors, they know what they bring to these characters. They become these characters, even though like we'll never see it. And like I know that I know you're not a big Star Trek guy, but like one of the Star Trek animated series, Lower Decks, they're doing a spin-off episode on Strange New Worlds where the characters are coming in as live action, and I'm fucking stoked about that. Like now we live in a world where fucking anything can cross into fucking anything.
I was actually going to ask you that. Are you excited for that? Because I saw the post. Because it's June, the new season drops.
Yeah,
of New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I saw the poster. Actually, it was a really. I posted on Instagram. It was actually a really cool post. It was like they were going over a planet, and you could see the ship as the shadow. It was like new season coming, and I was like, okay, that's cool marketing.
Honestly, you could scrap the rest of Star Trek and just get into this, because this is going to be the future of Star Trek for like a little while. What I love about this is that it's been a retell. It's not a retelling, but it's the stories of the Enterprise before Kirk takes over the ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a prequel, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But what they did in the finale, like I don't want to spoil this for anyone, but what they did in the finale is they went to a different future, which was a different episode of the original Star Trek. So they're doing things in this show that'll make you want to go back to the original material
and watch it again.
Watch it from that perspective, because what happens when Kirk's not at the helm and it's this fucking guy versus what happens when Kirk's at the helm and not that fucking guy. It's fucking cool what they're doing, and it's good writing. We are probably I love how I always bring it back to Star Trek, but like we are at we are at the heyday of great Star Trek right now.
Well, between that, the Lower Decks, and Picard,
which just ended. Beautiful fucking ending.
I was going to ask you that too. What did you think of the ending? I speaking to my brother-in-law, and he's like, you need to watch it. And I was like, how was he? He's like, just watch it. He's like, watch Generations and then watch this. Next Gen and then watch this.
See, that's the thing that I want you to feel, because if you watch the Next Generation and you felt the way I did, because the finale isn't a finale. The finale is. It's just a last episode. And like you could have continued the story on from there. You really could have. And they did that with the movies, which is great. But what they gave us in Picard season 3 is what we missed in the sequels to Star Wars. What we wanted, what the fans wanted to see was Luke, Han, Chewie, and Leia on the fucking Millennium Falcon one last time.
I did see the TikTok, of someone mentioned this moment is so special, and it was all of them on the bridge.
All of them on the bridge, so most of them in uniform, but all of them older. Even Data, older. Everyone's older, maybe a little bit different. But the fact that they found a way to resurrect the Enterprise D, they brought back the cast, and then you're just like, thank you. Fucking thank you. That's just what we wanted as Star Trek fans, because TNG is probably one of the most beloved shows. A problem with this season of Picard is you kind of got to watch DS9 to understand what's going on, because there's the Dominion War that takes place in DS9, which starts between the Changelings and then the Solids, which we're the Solids. But like you don't know what I'm talking about unless you watch it.
Oh well, going a DS9 or next gen?
Yes. Yes.
Just yes. But every, I heard everybody loved the ending of Picard.
It was just what it was it's just beautiful fan service.
Mm. It's a
And
shame that we didn't get that in
mhm.
Star Wars, because you're right. Like the moment of them, all three of them, or sorry, all four of them on the Millennium Falcon one last time would have been like that would have been a capture moment.
That's what we wanted. Like I thought we were gonna get that because when like we saw the trailer for Force Awakens, when I became like where I got my jitters from was that scene where Han and Chewie get back on the Millennium Falcon with losing it. I didn't know how they lost it. I didn't know what had happened. Like I don't know what happened between return and there. I don't know. And all I know is I was excited. And then when I see Chewie, we're home. Fucking I could have cried in that fucking moment. That's where I got my goosebumps. Like,
and then 3 movies later,
I know, and that's what the disappointment was. Like, I want to see Luke, Han, and Leia on Chewie on another adventure. I wish that we could pull a fucking whatever we did with Batman movies and just like, can we just ignore those 3 movies and try it again? Because we could just try it again, right? But we can't because now like Carrie Fisher's gone and Han's getting Harrison Ford to do anything is like pulling teeth.
Yeah. Well, so it's gonna be very interesting watching Dial of Destiny. I don't know how. I saw the reviews have been positive and average at the same time. Dial of Destiny.
I'm still gonna see it. I have an argument on why Crystal Skull's good. Would you like to hear it?
I would like to hear it. You know me, I enjoy theory. Please, because I did post this on YouTube, and I wrote how I know 1, 2, 3 coming out. Don't have to watch the 4th because it's shit. I did have someone actually comment saying, "Well, look, when's the last time you've actually gone back and watched that?" And I was like, "That's fair. That is fair. I can't." Remember.
As an Indiana Jones film, it's actually really good. Where we get mixed up in is that the fact that we only dealt with religion beforehand, right? And where I liked about the Crystal Skull, what everyone got upset about was aliens. Why are we bringing Indiana Jones to aliens? And where I think it lines up is that it's the fact that what we've ever believed to just be myth turned out to be factual. So in a world where the Ark of the Covenant and Jesus Christ exist, in a world where the Indian gods Ganesh, Shiva, and all that are real, and that magic is real, in a world where Arthur hid the Holy Grail with these knights of whatever
nice
the knights
around table,
but like you had to go and do this, and then had the cup that the blood of Jesus Christ was in, and all this stuff. Okay, from my perspective, aliens is not a far off fucking leap.
No,
and no, go ahead.
Okay. No, I was gonna say I don't think it was aliens that people really did like, and I don't think people really like Shia LaBeouf going to be like, "Oh, you're gonna be the next Indy."
Yeah, well, you know what? He was the right guy at the right time.
Well, Transformers.
Now, at that time, whatever, 2011, 2012, whatever it was. Shia LaBeouf was fucking everywhere. He was killing it. iRobot, Transformers. He was doing great shit.
He was an iRobot?
You bet your ass he was an iRobot.
Will Smith. Shit, I can't remember.
He was just that little punk kid that Will Smith told him to stop cussing.
Oh, yes. Okay, yep.
So, but he was putting out good stuff. Lawless had come out. Like, these movies that he was doing, like, yeah, it made sense if you were going to recast him. He looks like a little bit badass. He looks great in a leather jacket. He's making money. He's not a bad casting decision.
No,
But like, and they didn't know what they were gonna do. They hinted at it. They didn't even say that he was gonna be the next Indiana Jones. What are we gonna do? The Adventures of Mud Jones? That's not gonna happen.
Nah.
But like they hinted at it, and it was just like a goof, and it was fun, and it brought back. They brought us back to a simple time. Yeah, they did some things that I thought like were questionable. Like I don't think you would survive a nuclear blast if you went into an old school fridge. But I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist. I'm definitely not one, and I can't put up the arguments against it.
I think that myth's been busted too. I think Mythbusters did that as well.
Yeah. But the point I'm saying is, if you watch it as an Indiana Jones movie where he's going on an adventure to find the truth about something, it's pretty good. It's not the best one, but it's pretty good.
It's not terrible. Which, speaking of Indiana Jones, for anyone who doesn't know, don't forget all 4 films will be on Disney Plus on May 31st to do a binge.
Yeah.
Which for some reason I already thought they were on Disney Plus, but they're not. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's not the worst. I am looking forward to the new one with both Mads Mikkelsen as the bad guy, John Williams doing the score, James Mangold doing the writing and directing. Like that already sold me. And I'm actually going to take my old man to it as well.
Good. That's awesome, man. I'm happy you get to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah. But I know I look forward to when you watch it, and I look forward to your review.
My review is going to be how I talk about every podcaster. Something wonderful is going to be about that movie.
Has to be.
No, like there hasn't been a movie where I went to it where I went, this was dog shit. I haven't.
Have you watched Don't Look Up?
Yeah, and I disagree with you. I thought that was amazing. No, we can talk about it. Let's do it, because what I like I've been meaning to talk to you about this for a little while. I think I even sent you a message. I'm like, hey, you're a little harsh on Don't Look Up, because
actually, I think you did.
Yeah, because I thought it was like one of those movies that like it spoke to the fucking time that we're living in by like a lot, and just the idea of like, no, we can legit see an asteroid coming to. Yeah, you think you see an asteroid? Well, just don't look up. Like all of it, like from the idea of like I could save the world, but it'll cost us this much money. And you know what? I'd rather not, because if I could just take from this, then I'll make a whole bunch of money, not realizing the ramifications of not doing the right thing. And I gotta tell you, that's where we are kind of politically right now.
That sort of thing, I get.
Jonah Hill brought it.
I get. It just seemed like they were trying to mash 2 movies together. Some of the jokes didn't land, for my opinion. And
I don't think it was supposed to be a comedy either. So if the jokes didn't land, then I'm not fucking upset, because this was supposed to be like a
what is it?
Like,
not a word.
I saw it as a dramedy. A dramedy.
Yeah,
it was essentially Armageddon with a little bit of light humor.
Yeah, but come on, you got to agree with me that this did not deserve to be in the best picture category for the year at the Oscars.
What was it up against?
Shit, I can't remember. But everything was better than it.
See, like that's the thing, right? But that's the thing about opinions, right? So I'm not saying I'm right, and I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying vice versa. What I am saying is, I saw something in that movie that you clearly didn't, and you saw something in that movie that I clearly didn't. And I think where you kind of look at it from an actor's point of view in an original story, as far as an original story goes, like that's something that we as fans are fucking hungry for, something original that we don't get to see very often. So I'm gonna go right there. Screenwriting alone, well done. With something McKay. What's his name?
Yeah, Adam McKay. Okay.
Yeah.
I just had a look. So it was up against Drive My Car, West Side Story, Power of the Dog, Coda, King Richard, Dune, Nightmare Alley, and Belfast. Belfast I watched, and that was a lot better than Don't Look Up as a story. And I didn't watch West Side Story. I didn't watch any of those other ones. Actually, I still haven't watched Dune.
Yeah. I haven't seen Dune yet either. I really want to read the books before I watch them, and I keep picking up the book and going like, I'm going to read this, and then I don't. I proceed
I'm
to
gonna
not
read
read it.
you.
Yeah, and I proceed to not read it.
Yeah.
I just go. I don't know. I also don't trust the Oscars. I don't think their opinions are
Ah,
worth dick. So I've gone on record on my own show saying the Oscars are fucking dumb.
they are. They are
And
100%.
how you
And
go about picking what's the best form of entertainment, because that's what it is. It's not what a performance by this guy. Oh my god, you played a person that still exists. Good for fucking you. You did a fucking impression for an hour and a half. That's not acting. If not, then Kevin Pollak should have a fucking Oscar for his impression of Christopher Walken that he does on a stand-up. For fuck's sake.
yeah, that which is a great impression. And we'll look at also what happened. I think it was the Oscars. Fuck, Jamie Lee Curtis won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in Everything Everywhere at Once when she's only in it for about 10 minutes, if that.
Dude, did you watch that movie?
No, I need to watch. I know
Okay, don't speak ill of Jamie Lee Curtis' time for that performance, because Jamie Lee Curtis kills it in that fucking movie.
But do you think you should win an award for
I don't
10
know.
minutes?
Does Anthony Hopkins need one for 8 minutes of work as Hannibal Lecter in a movie not even fucking about him?
Yes.
But that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. All right, yeah.
Anthony Hopkins got it for Hannibal Lecter for a movie that's not even about him. He's a glorified side character.
Okay. But she did go up against, I can't remember her name, but she's the mum for Black Panther.
Yeah.
Don't you think
No.
she should have won Best Supporting Actress?
There's a reason why I don't make these decisions. But what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you what both women brought to their respective movies. They brought a fucking talent. They brought talent. Jamie Lee Curtis is doing kung fu fighting, a fucking lesbian sex scene with hot dog fingers, and then also doing angry woman divorcee. Like, she brought fucking acting. She brought it. Watch this fucking movie, man. And then tell me that none of them deserve the Oscars that they got, because every single person in that fucking movie brought it. Brought it.
Well, look at I can't remember his name either. The kid from Indiana Jones. That's terrible.
Short round.
Yeah, he's what he feels like how I would win if I won an Oscar. I'd be like, thank you, Mom. Taking photos with everybody. So well deserved.
And he's awesome in that movie. He has this heartbreaking scene where he goes, where they both, like, there's like another multiverse where the two characters don't end up together, and they meet up again. Both super successful. Goes, yeah, looks like we both found success in our lives, but I think I would have been just as happy cleaning clothes with you. And it fucking hits me right here. And I don't know, man. If you go to movies to feel things, this movie makes you feel things. I felt things when I saw Black Panther 2, and I thought Viola Davis. What? No, it wasn't even Viola Davis. What's her name? No, what's her name? That's the wrong actress.
Yeah,
you're gonna get me canceled.
She is Waller. She's Waller.
Yeah, but Viola Davis is Waller.
Yeah. As soon as I see her name,
she's this Nairobi from Lion King. What's her name?
Angela Bassett.
Thank you. Angela Bassett brought it in that movie too. But there's a reason why I don't choose who gets Oscars. But there's a voting thing. Anywhere, everything happening all at once. It was a movie that I don't think was meant to succeed as well as it did. And it fucking was incredible.
Fully blew up. Yeah. That movie did. And that went nuts. And they got told, everyone said it was the better version of Doctor Strange.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Which, if you want to feel things, if you mention you want to feel things, how much did you feel in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Dude, which
I
part?
cried twice.
Which fucking part? Hurts. Hurts.
That, and where they all die, and at the end.
Spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't had the
Alright.
pleasure.
Spoiler it. Spoiler. Yeah, out of the 6 of us that went, all of us cried except for one person.
Yeah. There was a lot of there was a lot of that out of me. A lot of a lot of needing to have a sip of my drink when I was, but I felt a lot in that movie, and that's the beauty of James Gunn. That's the beauty of James. This was a James Gunn movie. This was not a Marvel movie. This was a James
Marvel
Gunn
movie second.
Yeah. And I think that's what we've been missing from this phase so far, that everyone's trying to live up to the expectation of Endgame. You're not going to do that. Stop trying to do that. You like, the only one that holds a candle to kind of Endgame is
No Way Home.
No Way Home, which you had to bring back 3 different Spider-Mans. You had to bring back all these old Spideys to give us that. And yeah, like, the likelihood of it originally was just an idea, but like, we've all thought that this would be cool for so long. Thank God both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield agreed. But like, what you gave us in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was, I would dare say, it's probably the best trilogy. Hear me out. Trilogy in the MCU. Avengers is in a trilogy.
Yeah, it's a quad trilogy.
Yeah. Thor is in a trilogy. Now, I think it would rival Spider-Man or Captain America. But that's your top 3.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely my top 3. Captain America is my top 1. Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so for me, it goes Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Captain America. And then it's not because they're bad movies. Like, they're really close in margin, and in my opinion, my opinion on this could change tomorrow.
Yeah,
but like,
all of them have a third killer movie, an emotional killer movie. All 3 of those trilogies.
Yeah, but none of them have the goodbye that this had. None of them had the heart-wrenching moments, the glory for every character that they graced us on the screen. The fact that the one thing that Gamora always searched for was a spot and a family. That's what she wanted. From movie 1, that's what she wanted. Yeah, she's not in love with Peter Quill anymore, but she found a fucking family.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't. Yeah,
Star-Lord having the courage to go home again. You know, Drax refinding a love for children, being the father he never got to be, or like he got robbed of. Rocket becoming the captain that he always claimed to be, and then just having the most beautiful and heart-wrenching origin story of all time. And then the fact that he ends it, one of the greatest things that James Gunn could have done is saying, I love you guys out of Groot, and all of us understanding it, but from the perspective of, we have been around for so long that now we understand Groot. Just those heartstrings. If I'm ticking boxes, man, of how you end a trilogy, and that's the thing. That's why I don't let Captain America and like Iron Man on that list, because their stories kind of really continue in those Avenger movies.
Yes. Well, yes, that is correct. Well, at the after credits scene, it does only say Star-Lord will return.
Yes. And I think we're going to get a new Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that group of individuals with Groot is our new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. 100%.
But I mean, the scene where he goes like, I mean, like I don't mind cutting his lawn, but the man's like 45 years old and he needs me like when he's just eating cereal with his grandpa.
Yeah.
And the scene when he says when he fucking sees his grandfather again with the perfect song, "The Dog Days Are Over."
Oh,
Like,
I've been
can we
listening to that
applaud?
non-stop.
Like, I don't know who can create a better soundtrack, James Gunn or Quentin Tarantino, but holy fuck.
Well, did you see that even the I can't remember her name either, but the lead singer of Florence and the Machine, she was
Yeah.
crying in the theater.
Yes, she was. I saw that clip and it made me want to cry.
Yep. Yep. That's just how gut wrenching. How gut wrenching.
This also makes me excited to see what James Gunn does with the DC universe, because I know that he had a lot on his plate and he knew they were taking over DC, but that didn't stop him from giving us a great fucking movie with Marvel. Like, enough said, man. And then, like, I like that he recycled actors from Peacemaker. That the guy that played the high evolutionary, that guy fucking rocks. I love him as an actor right now. He can bring it.
I love that scene. He's like, yeah, so Counter Earth. I'm like, oh, I don't care why your parents don't love you and another whack job. No, that was good.
Oh, open the fucking door.
Yeah.
The perfect place to put an F-bomb. Like,
first
I always
F-bomb in the MCU.
Like, I always thought that I always saw this meme of Star Wars movies were always rated like PG-13 or something like that, or Revenge of the Sith was rated PG-13. Where would you put the one F word?
I've seen those, yeah.
Fuck you, Anakin. I have the high ground.
Yeah, I would 100%. Don't try it. I would love.
Fuck you, Anakin. I have the high ground.
High ground. Oh God, perfect spot. Perfect spot for that. Actually, speaking of Star Wars, you did mention. Do you see that Ray Stevenson passed away?
Yes.
R.I.P. to his pets and family. But yeah, he passed away only 2 or 3 weeks.
He was 56, I think.
2 or 3 weeks later from what do you call it? Star Wars Celebration.
Yep. And he's in Ahsoka, is he not?
Yeah, he's in Ahsoka.
Yeah. Man, like, that guy is a big bucket of win, and he brought so much to our table, and he's one of those actors that you didn't know who the fuck he was. When he came out with Punisher Warzone, and then you didn't see Punisher. I didn't see it.
You should watch it. It's good.
Okay, but the reason why I didn't watch it because I love what was the guy that played the first one, Thomas something.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah, fucking loved that actor, and I loved him as the Punisher. I thought he did a terrific job. That movie with John Travolta, I don't understand why it got such a bad review. I fucking loved it.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, but then like when he wasn't my Punisher, I was like, not the same guy. I don't want to see this, but now I want to go see it again, and that's kind of like a cool thing, I guess, in his passing, is that now fans like us are going to go back and revisit it. And apparently I slept on Punisher Warzone.
Punisher Warzone is so much darker, so much more brutal than the Thomas Jane one. Yeah. And it's a lot more gory. So it's well worth the watch. But I just, when I saw the news, I just couldn't believe he passed away, because he was talking about how hyped he was for Ahsoka and how humbled he was, and he can't wait for everyone to see it. And sadly, he passed away, at the age of 56.
Yeah. And then he was in Thor as well. He was one of the Warriors 3.
Yeah, Thor 1, 2, and 3. Thor 3, he died very quickly.
Yeah, I that still bothers me. I like those characters. I like Lady Sif is still around and alive and whatever, but like I always like those three, like Thor and the Warriors 3, the Lady Sif and the Warriors 3. Like I always liked them. And then I like the fact that Zach Levi got to be the handsome one in Thor 2 and 3.
Yeah. And then, no, Yeah. Oh yeah. He was
What-
very happy that he died and he got to go play Shazam.
I know what I haven't seen Shazam 2. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's meant to be on streaming services, I think, next month.
Yeah, so I'll give it a watch then. But here's the thing about those movies. Well, the first one, I'll speak to the first one. It was awesome. First one was awesome.
Wasn't bad.
No, it was this happy did to me because if you were a 13-year-old boy and you can turn into a fucking grown ass man and be on the same level as Superman, dude, like that's why I never like I understood The Rock not wanting to be in that movie because I understand how you're supposed to be rivals, but I will never get how this goofy character and Black Adam, who's like, I do not give a fuck, are supposed to face off.
Well, they do in the comics, but
I know, but the comic book world versus what we see on the screen sometimes sometimes can't match up.
No, and the thing is, I was gonna say, The Rock did want to be in Shazam because he wanted to do his own movie.
Mm-hmm. But I don't blame him for that. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't.
Which
I would love to see
well.
I think it goes a little bit differently if you don't sell or you don't change your ownership every 8 minutes or the who's in charge.
Yeah. Doesn't roll through all the time.
Yeah. I think there's a different discussion to have if you're going to someone like James Gunn who goes like, okay, well, do I get to do what I want creatively or do I have to clean up your mess? So that's what he had to do. Okay, I'm going to do what I want to do and we'll put these out, but at the same time, they're done and I'm going to tell a story I want to tell. And I'm sorry to these guys, but this is just what we're going to do.
Yeah, which I think would be partially the reason, with also how terribly Black Adam performed, which is why The Rock has gone back to Fast and Furious.
Yeah, is that a thing?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
All right. Well, I'm not riveted by the storytelling of the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah.
As long as I hear Fast and family,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Well, well, are you excited the fact that we're going to get 2 more movies and then we're getting spin-offs and a female-led Fast and Furious films?
Why not?
Don't worry. There is more Fast and Furious films to come. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
Why not? Honestly, that's my opinion. Is just why not? Because that's what I like about these dumb fucking car movies. And if you watch them in order, they get crazy. It is literally
you
insane.
Watch them in order, the proper order.
Yeah, but if you watch them in order, they are fucking insane. It starts off with a dude who's just good at driving that sometimes breaks the law. To you are basically our world savior, and we need you, and we're gonna recruit you to do some cool driving shit because apparently we can't teach that. It doesn't make any fucking sense, Lee.
Well, all right. How about this? How do you feel with Michelle Rodriguez's comments being complaining about the Marvel movies, saying, there's so many of them. Come on, guys, you gotta do something different. I was like, bullshit. You're literally.
What are you talking about? They do something different in every movie. The last movie, they went to fucking space, Lee. Okay? I don't know what they do in this one. I don't know what they do in Fast 10, your seatbelts, but I know what they do is something different.
Nah.
Okay? I know that somehow Vin Diesel's going to drive his car and he's going to shoot out of it, saving somebody that would go against the laws of gravity, and he's going to succeed at it.
Yeah, he will, and then his superpowers, and now we're going to get Hobbs and Shaw too. So there's so much coming on. But when she made that comment, I thought to myself, I'm like, you were the last person in the entire Hollywood. You were the last person to make that comment.
Yes, but I don't understand why they shit on each other. There's no reason for it. The like if I'm gonna quote what's his name, Martin Scorsese, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this, it's not cinema. Also, the Marvel movies aren't cinema. They're movies. They're not cinema.
It is cinema. It is the best cinema that we've got since.
We're not watching them to see the performance of actors to bring these passionate things. There was a thing that Quentin Tarantino said in an interview, and he got in trouble for it.
Because you're watching for the characters, you're not watching for the actors.
Yeah, you're not, and he's right. And you know who said that before Quentin Tarantino said that? Anthony Mackie.
Yes, he did.
You're not watching because literally anybody could be Captain America, and I'm buying a ticket.
All right, I'll give you that.
But like, you know, anybody could be Spider-Man, and I'm buying a ticket. Well, hold on. Let me ask you this question. Tobey Maguire agrees right now to do Spider-Man 4 as Old Man Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You buying a ticket?
Yes.
Absolutely you are.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
you get Donald Glover to do a live-action Miles Morales movie.
Sold.
Yes, of course you're fucking watching that movie. These are just my points. You could get anybody to play this character. You're gonna want to see it. You're not watching it for the star power of fucking Tom Holland. You're not watching it for the star power of Robert Downey Jr. Yes, am I happy that Robert Downey Jr. saved and resurrected his career and now he has a happy life and then his whole story turned around? Yes, I'm 100% happy about that because I've always rooted for that guy. However, if Tom Cruise had said yes, I still would be watching that movie.
You'd still be watching the movie. Yeah. Like, okay, that part I do get. But let's look at it this way. Robert Downey Jr. since Endgame has appeared in one movie which completely bombed and got shit over. Which was Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's proving your point more than mine.
Yeah, and he's done other movies since then, by the way.
Oh, what else has he been in?
He was in that singing movie with Eddie Murphy, and I can't remember what that one was called. And then he had a side job on a Jon Favreau film called Chef. He does stuff.
Oh, really, all I know is that his next role coming up is Oppenheimer.
Yes, and it's awesome. But you know what comes with Oppenheimer? Acting.
Yeah.
Now you're watching that. Because here's the thing with that, okay? You saw the cast list and got fucking excited.
I didn't need to see the plot. I saw the cast list.
You saw the cast list. That's cinema. Spider-Man, you see the character, you get excited.
Oh, no, I got excited with the cast list of No Way Home.
Yes, because that's fucking different, and you know it. That's fucking different, and you know it. Because you're getting back characters that we haven't seen before, haven't seen in a long time, and we're getting justice for all of them. But like, and that wasn't privy information. But I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna go recast it in a different world. John Krasinski as Captain America. You're still seeing that fucking movie.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter the acting chops because the performance is still going to be similar. What I'm saying is you see the list of actors that are going to go, well, that guy's playing that guy? That's fucking awesome. Or you see The Departed and you're like, fuck, Leo is bringing it. Or you watch you watch The Irishman.
Oh, that's I get what you mean by The Irishman, but that movie is so long.
Yes, it's long. Oh. But you're getting an outstanding performance from all three of them.
Yeah, but
that the scene in Heat, when they're having coffee together, where they're realizing movie. They're not so different. Those are acting chops. That's a cinema moment.
Yes. I'll give you that. Hang on. back up. This was all about how the Fast and Furious movies need to end, and they're all the
Yeah,
same.
but no, but I feel like they should continue to exist. Is what I'm saying, because they're this beautiful level of entertainment that doesn't hurt anybody, and we see cars going fast, and we see explosions. It's like 80s fucking action movies.
All right, that I'll give you. That I'll give you. That yes, they are like what the old 80s action movies were back in the day. But yeah, but like, yes, there is going to be much more Fast and Furious movies coming out, and yes, you do need to Google the correct timeline order to watch them in.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I guess you do have a good point. Which, speaking about Fast and Furious, did you know, which I don't think has a release date, that there is going to be a Jason Momoa starring in a live-action Minecraft movie?
Fucking good. I want that guy to always work. Yes, good. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I don't know how it's gonna make any sense. Fucking good. Why not?
No, neither do I. But yes, he is going to be
in a
in that.
In a world where an animated Super Mario Brothers movie works with Chris Pratt, and The Last of Us killed it on HBO, why the fuck not?
Last of Us killed it, and did you see the Gran Turismo trailer?
That looks fucking awesome.
That looks insane.
Yes, and it's all about you're really good at video games. Well, let's try your head to doing the real thing.
Yeah.
I'm fucking here for it. Yeah.
Do you know that's based on a true story?
How loosely based on a true story is it?
Oh no, it's actually based on a legit guy who got obsessed with Gran Turismo and went on to be a real race car driver.
Fuck. Good.
That's actually based on a true story, that one, which is why I think it will do so well, because it's not just their mate. This is actually based on a true story, because I think they do have some Gran Turismo tournaments.
They must.
Also, I was going to mention, that TikTok is suing the state of Montana.
Why?
Because apparently Montana banned TikTok. They passed a law to ban it.
Okay.
So TikTok is suing them. I read that news article and I was like, of course they are. Of course TikTok is suing.
I don't know what to do about that. I mean, if I was gonna guess which state was gonna ban TikTok, I guess I would have said Utah. But yeah, all right, Montana it is.
Mm-hmm. They've sued them, so no further reports since the announcement.
Why is it banned in Montana?
So this whole thing about that America's doing right now is like slowly banning TikTok because TikTok is run by China.
Yes.
And they ask for all your information details and blah, blah, blah. And, some American company should buy TikTok and have it distributed and all that. And yeah, they banned it. And TikTok's like, nah, we want to be in your state. We're going to sue you for it. So that's on the cards. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention as well. Keanu Reeves was almost going to be in Fast 10.
Yeah, I heard that. He was replaced by Alan Richardson.
Yeah, but he gets scheduling conflict.
Yeah, which is, you know what? Keanu Reeves can do whatever he wants. I like Alan Richardson. I liked him in Preacher. Not Preacher, Reacher. But have you ever watched Blue Mountain State?
No.
Oh, my dearly. This is a American football show. It takes place at a university called Blue Mountain State, where he plays a linebacker named Thad Castle. And like his high-pitched scream, it's just like a day in the life of being in like a D3 or D1, whatever the fuck, college football. And he's just like, it's fantastic. Super funny. If you ever get a chance, Blue Mountain State is 3 seasons long, and then there's a shitty movie. And it was filmed where I briefly went to college.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, I'll give it a watch. I'll put on the list with everything else.
It's a good comedy. But speaking of good comedies, Ted Lasso.
Wait, before we get to Ted Lasso, that, Deadpool 3's in trouble. Did you hear about that?
What is it going to make too much money?
Uh, no, so Deadpool 3 is in trouble because Deadpool 3 started writing. Now, the writer's strike is going on.
Yeah.
So apparently, the news report said that Ryan Reynolds can't do any improv to the current script. It has to be to the letter because the writers won't be there to make the adjusted changes. So obviously on Deadpool 1 and 2, he ad-libs and does improv in different scenes. So that's how the comedy goes. But apparently because the script has to be done to the letter, no changes can be made because of the writer's strike and they're not there to help him.
I don't think that this is going to be as much as a problem as you're making it out to be.
Hey, I'm just reporting on the news.
Yeah,
I don't think it will be a major problem because I know how Ryan Reynolds is with Deadpool and obviously with Marvel, so I have no doubt.
He wasn't he a co-writer on the first one?
Yeah, and the second one.
Yeah. So what's to say that he's not going to have a writing credit on the third one? And what's to stop him from going, I too am a writer. I wrote this. Sorry, I didn't put it on a piece of paper for you.
True.
I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be a loophole for this. Don't worry about it. The one thing that I'm bummed out about is Ryan Reynolds not buying the Ottawa Senators.
Oh, that's right. He was going to buy them, wasn't he? Wasn't there a rumor he was going to?
There was a rumor, and then he hasn't found the right kind of partners. So now the top runner who might buy the Ottawa Senators is Snoop Dogg.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
No, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And I know you're not a big hockey guy, Lee, but if you bring in a big name like Snoop Dogg or Ryan Reynolds to the Ottawa Senators, it's just going to help the game. Because right now, their biggest struggle is, I'm going to just go on a little bit of a hockey rant for you real quick.
No, that's fine.
Their biggest struggle as a hockey team is that they don't play in Ottawa. They play in Canada, which is about 45 minutes west of the city. So, it's just so outside the city that it's become an inconvenience with no real public transit to get you there. Whereas a lot of other hockey cities have their arenas in the heart of the city. Yeah. So if you put some name power to the Ottawa Senators, if you can imagine Snoop Dogg going to the local taxpayers of Ottawa going, what's up, my nizzles? I'd like to put a hockey arena in the heart of the city. And I feel like he could change a few fucking opinions and make that happen.
I don't think it would take much.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think it would take much to do that with that star power.
Yeah. So, yeah. Snoop Dogg, honorary Canadian.
Ready to purchase.
Yeah.
Ready to make change.
As long as he doesn't move them to LA somewhere, I'm down.
Yeah. I doubt he would. He's probably
the Oakland Senators.
Yeah. Probably the next thing before we get to Ted Lasso was that we had a PlayStation showcase.
Yeah, we talked briefly about Spider-Man, the Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Now, I didn't see a lot of this. Now, I am a PlayStation guy, but I'm not what you would call the gamer of all gamers. Now, there's two games that I specifically bought my PS5 for. Actually, three. Hogwarts Legacy, Spider-Man 2.
How are you going with Hogwarts Legacy?
I have not picked it up in a little while, and it's just because of fucking life. Yeah. I haven't had the pleasure of being able to sit down and play a video game in a little bit. Summertime, man. Summertime in Canada is a time to be outdoors and do things. Video games are for the cold winter months when we're stranded indoors.
That's true. I'll give you that. I can honestly say I haven't picked up Hogwarts Legacy in a little while myself. It's such a big game,
but this is so much fun.
It is
it's so much fun. I don't know how far I got. I got I don't know. I helped a troll get something back. No, not a troll. I helped a goblin get something back that got stolen from him.
I did that mission. Yeah,
and it's just dumb.
Did you get the part where you get to use your broom for the first time?
Yeah, and I suck at it.
It's like driving a car.
No, it's not. Driving a car is a wheel. It's like
Up
driving
and
a
down.
car in a video game, which I also fucking suck at.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you saw, but I did see someone mod that and turn it into Shrek. So when you
Yeah.
whip out your broom, it's Shrek, and you're riding Shrek.
I fucking love that. That's so
Uh,
good. No, but I really love the game, and I'm gonna continue it. I'm not like I have a rule, like I'm not gonna buy another one, and I want to buy Jedi Survivor till I finish this one. But the video games for me in the summer are just a hard thing to come by. It's all about beers with the buddies outside. Fucking, I live by the ocean. I fucking
oh, good man.
like you know what I mean. Travel, like I just went to Boston. I said before, I'm having I got a few trips planned, and then like once like November hits, Thomas goes into his cave for the winter and then plays video games.
Well, hey, that's totally fair. Like, totally like if the weather's nice, then go do it. Like right now, today for me, in Australia, Melbourne, is that
Yeah.
it's been raining all morning, and
It was
I'm like,
winter for you there now, is it not?
yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
outside, and going, yeah, it's perfect podcasting weather.
Yeah, podcast and video games, baby.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's perfect
So-
weather. But yeah,
Is it-
what?
no, keep going.
I was gonna say you'll really enjoy Hogwarts.
I thought it was the game I always wanted to play. Like it's a good day in the life of living at Hogwarts. I like that it takes place so far in the future, but then like it also like makes my imagination go. So far in the past. I like the idea of like I always thought a cool idea for like just a fun TV show would be like The Aurors, where you're watching Law and Order, but it's with fucking the wizarding community.
Yeah,
No, that would be fucking dope though, right? Like you watch like these uh like auras and how they find the evil wizards and what they go into and like what else they have to take care of and then the other people at the Ministry of Magic or whatever they call it in their particular country and then go into that kind of stuff. Like I always like that kind of shit. And I always wanted to see I like that Harry Potter was on the cuspis of like technology. So like I would love to see a Harry Potter world where you could bring back Daniel Radcliffe and Hermione because they're older now, where you go like Harry Potter versus the iPhone. Like he's an Auror, but like wizards just got caught flying on their broom. They're caught on a fucking cell phone. Like what the fuck's going on? And then this
you
is
can't
the outing
ride
of
your
the
broom and be on your text at the same time.
No, like getting caught, right? Like you, like someone, like I am a pedestrian. I catch them riding their fucking brooms. Like obviously,
yeah.
like I'm a Harry Potter fan here. Like this is where my mind goes and wanders off whenever I want more of this stuff. But like I would love to see what would happen if you mix up versus today's technology, where everyone has a fucking camera on them, with that wizarding world. And then would it bring us together, or would we be on the cuspis of war between technology versus magic?
True. I could see how that would be interesting. I would find that more interesting than rebooting Harry Potter again.
Okay, but you're not. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Like I'm not viewing it as like a reboot. I'm viewing it as like a second chance to show you fucking everything.
No, it's a reboot.
Well, no, but imagine if a Quidditch match got to last more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, I guess.
That's fucking dope. Like, you know what I mean?
Actually, yeah, Quidditch isn't in Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've come to realize.
Oh.
But like those Quidditch matches that fucking got me going at the Harry Potter movies, like they're fun fucking scenes, but they're 5 minutes.
Oh, you catched it. Oh, we're here for the game. Done.
No, but that's the thing, right? If you're doing a show, you can have a build up to the big game or mention the season. So you can either have small scenes with multiple games, multiple matchups, or you could do like one, like this is the fucking finals. This is for all the fucking marbles, which is heavily featured in the book, and give it some justice that it deserves.
True. True.
That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm
you've got the
excited about.
time.
That's why I'm excited about this, because you have the time to do it.
Mm. But like, not to dive too much, but don't you think like the child actors they're screwed. Whoever they cast in, the mountain they're going to have to overcome before we actually see them play the characters is they're going to have to be very prepared for a lot of hate from the internet.
Yeah, don't go on the internet.
Mm.
No, but I mean that. Like, so, like, I don't know, big comedian I'm a big fan of, Bill Burr. If he does anything, right? He stays off the internet about what he did for 3 days. And you know what happens in 3 days? Something fucking else in the world happens.
Mm.
I guarantee you're going to get shit on until you put out something good. And if it's good, what do we have to talk about?
How good it is.
Exactly. And
All
that's
positive.
some good. Yeah, it's all fucking positive. Yes, there's going to be some people like Daniel Radcliffe did it better. Also, Daniel Radcliffe in the first couple movies is a shit fucking actor.
Where's Zach? Where's Zach when you need him?
In the first couple movies, I'm
Yeah.
not going home. Not really.
This is home. I know.
And he's back. Photomote's back.
Oh God, I can see the scenes all in my head.
I'm just saying, like, I enjoy the movies, but if you're gonna give me some acting prowess, I don't have high expectations out of kid actors. I think, like, for some reason, when we watched Obi-Wan Kenobi, everyone shied on the little kid who's her first.
Good.
I thought she did well too.
Yeah.
However, there are a lot of people on the internet that shat on a little girl for her first fucking acting role, where she has big shoes to fill with playing a 6-year-old Leia Organa. Can we fucking chill out, please?
All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that part. Yeah, it's so true. And I felt, and when I watched it, I think one of my comments was, I could see Princess, like I could see exactly who she's going to grow into.
Yes. But that's the makeup artists doing their job right, and that's the writers doing their job right.
Yes.
I'm
so sorry about your whole planet.
Yeah. Okay, not everyone can be an amazing child actor like Macaulay Culkin or Frankie Muniz.
Yeah. Well, we would kill it.
Well, we would. Yeah, if I was 10 years old, I'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, right.
But that's the thing. Like, child actors get leeway with me.
Mm.
So if you're playing an 11-year-old and you're doing an 11-year-old shit, well, guess what? You did your job. You're an 11-year-old. Way to be.
Well done. Well done.
And that's what we got from Daniel Radcliffe. But if we're gonna go and be like the fucking, oh no, I want to see a performance, then we're not fucking there. That's not what we're watching this for. We're watching this for magic and broomsticks.
That's it. That's all it is. We're going back to PlayStation Showcase.
Yeah, sorry. I'm all about the rants today. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. I love a good rant, and this entire show is built on tangents. Yeah, so we obviously got the new Spider-Man trailer, which is sick. You know, we got to see Lizard. We got to see Kraven the Hunter, which is perfect timing because the new movie is coming out later this year. We also see they're going to do a Metal Gear Solid remake. Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, which the trailer looked crisp as. They're doing that's coming out later this year. They're also doing a digital remastered pack of Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 to lead up to it, which is really good. We also got to see that in timing for the new movie, there will also be a new Five Nights at Freddy's horror game that's coming out later this year.
Did you ever watch Willy's Wonderland?
No, but I have a mate who swears by it.
You have two now. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
Stuck at a haunted Chuck E. Cheese. And it has Nick Cage in it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a single line in the movie, and it's fucking terrific.
You mean Nick Cage, who's just finished playing Dracula?
Well, this was before he did it, but yes.
No, I haven't watched it, but I have a mate who's like, you just need to watch it. Is like up on the list of you need to watch.
If it's still raining this evening, put that on. Report
No,
back.
I can't. I have another mate who's telling me I need to watch Next Gen.
Well, whatever.
Actually, no,
you
I need
can
I need to finish watching Generations.
You know what? It's great. You know what? I had a friend that got me onto Stargate, and I gotta say, I watched 10 seasons of this show, which only got better and better. He was dead on right. And then I watched 2 fantastic movies that gave me closure and then tied this whole series up into a bow. And I became such fans of this series because when someone gave me a recommendation, I took it and actually did it. You know, it's quite a thing to do when you listen to a dear friend, and you take the rest of the recommendation because you just respect them so much. It's quite the thing that you can find when you go on take someone else's recommendation. You know what I mean?
It's amazing. It's amazing thing. Which I will have a rebuttal to that. And just real quick to wrap up, Assassin's Creed Mirage is coming out on October the 12th, which looks like it's a return to form in the Assassin's Creed game.
Was there a mention of the Wolverine game?
No. That's the
Okay.
one thing I was hoping we would, but they pretty much just said all about Spider-Man.
Okay.
So I'm guessing Wolverine will be.
It's the same creators, right? So I guess
so I'm sick. I'm so pumped for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Alan Wake 2 in October. A new game called Phantom Blade Zero, which looks like a hack and slash RPG, which looks pretty cool. Helldivers 2 has been announced. And we also got Ghost Runner 2 has also been announced, which is really cool. Also, PlayStation is bringing out their version of the Switch. I don't know if you saw that. It'll be like a handheld device that you can play.
Didn't they already have this?
It's called Project. This is a new thing. It's called Project Q.
Okay, but we all remember the PSP, right?
Yeah, we do. Those were the days.
That was. By the way, that was dope. I don't remember. I don't know why that failed.
Neither do I. I fully was expecting for a PSP 2, which never got announced.
Yeah, well, now it's PSPQ or whatever it is now.
Pretty much. And PlayStation will also be bringing out their version of AirPods. To let you know. But look, overall, the showcase I found was pretty good. There was a lot of indie titles that also got announced, which, depending on the type of person, the gamer you are, will pique your interest.
What do you think will be the most underrated game out of the ones that you announced? Now, we got your clear favorites. You got your Assassin's Creed, Spider-Man. They're going to do well. But do you think that there's going to be an unsung hero, one that people should not sleep on?
I would say the trailer I watched that piqued my interest the most, which was not a known IP, was which was Phantom Blade Zero.
Okay.
This was like in a Japanese Chinese setting, and the trailer looked really cool. I'm like, I need to see another trailer to be sold on it, but I feel like that could be a killer one if done right. If it does right when it comes out, because I did see that Xbox also gave Shade. They posted the same day as the PlayStation Showcase. It was like, hey, all these games are going to announced. They're also on Xbox.
Oh, those bastards!
Which was hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. Spider-Man 2 still hasn't got a release date for if anyone does ask. It's still fall of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the big ticket item for this year. For the rest, because all those games I did get announced as well, except for Alan Wake and Assassin's Creed. The rest all just say coming 2023. So there's still a date like that. But no, it was a good showcase, and everyone loves Venom and the Venom suit for Spider-Man. That looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And Kraven the Hunter looks mint.
I'm super fucking down.
Yeah.
One thing I thought that the original Spider-Man game did well was like the onslaught of bad guys. Like you didn't get a Sinister Six, but you might as well have. Like they never said it, but they might as
pretty
well
much.
yeah. And and they gave you some classic ones. And I always thought that Spider-Man has the best villains. Like
between him and Batman, their rogues gallery is the best.
yeah, like and the fact that you can go anywhere, and I would like to see Mysterio make an appearance this time. I would like to see who else would I would like to see? So we know Lizard, we know Craven. I'm just trying to go through ones that we haven't seen. I'd like to see Shocker, not Electro, but Shocker. I think even Shocker is actually in the first one too, but just like for like a minute, a red hot minute
cameo. Yeah,
like you just fight him at the bank and then that's it. But
I'm pretty sure that was like the first game too. I think
yeah, and
only
like
Spider-Man.
I would like to see, if we're gonna go dark, then I would like to see Morbius. Like there's just like an onslaught of villains that you can go through and then also recycle. I'd like to see the introduction of the Green Goblin or Hobgoblin now, because we got hints that it's gonna come. Like
Yes,
it's
thanks to TikTok.
And then I would like, well, yeah, that's how you know it. I know the real way. I'd like to actually see the Black Cat, not just have like a silly mission where she's kind of involved. And then just other stuff. And like I'd like to see him go bigger. Like, so in the game you get to go to Avengers Tower because that exists in Spider-Man's New York. Well, how far away is Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters? Cool. Like I don't know, like they're making the map bigger, and I would like to see how big.
It has to go down that way, especially if they're bringing Wolverine.
Yeah, and that's where I feel like you'll get your introduction to Wolverine.
Has to be. I'll be down for that. But yeah, the showcase was really good. Love to know what everyone's feedback is. What was your best known titles that you're really excited for? Which ones you didn't like, and which ones are you just like, give it to me now? But this before we fully get into Ted Lasso, you gotta tell me, wrap up Stargate for me. What did you think of it?
This was a show that brought me so much entertainment later in the series. There was a level of comedy that I full on enjoyed, and it had equal parts like Star Trek and it was like Star Trek if it was a comedy, to be honest with you.
Oh, half the cast was in it.
Well, there were some. And then you kind of just care about the characters like a lot more. And then and the later seasons, it started to call itself out on its own bullshit. Which I also enjoyed. Like, I think in the last season they had the episode 200 it was, where they have where they're trying to like pitch a show and there's a documentary going on, and all it is just an episode of them calling themselves out on their own bullshit. Then all of a sudden it's a puppet episode and all of this other shit happens. I was dying. Absolutely dying. And like it was just dumb fun. Like it was, there was science, yes, there was action, but yes, there was comedy, yes, there was great storytelling. The acting's phenomenal.
Did you like how they're like, oh, what happens if we go with a younger cast of SG-1?
Yes.
The teenagers.
Yeah, I did. I fucking died at that. All of it was just really funny. And then I liked how they called out Michael Shanks for leaving and then coming back, and then like all of this stuff for happening. It was like, no, they called me back. I didn't call them.
Yeah.
No, he called us.
Yeah.
But like that stuff I enjoyed, and like it was good stories that got like you said, get wrapped up nicely in a bow. Like I started to get a little bit like over it when they're going like, okay, so no new set of bad guys. Oh, cool. They're based upon a religion again. All right, cool. I guess I'm on board. But honestly, if you wanted to get into, if you want to revisit something and it's not so old where you're just going like this is cheesy as fuck. Like it was 1997 to 2007.
Yeah,
Really enjoyed it, man. Really enjoyed it.
I'm
And then
really glad.
the two movies that came with it, I'm a fan. And now like I just between what I just went through with Star Trek and Ted Lasso and all that stuff, I haven't got a chance to get to Atlantis yet, but that's my next thing. I'm going through Atlantis. So
You if you enjoyed Stargate that much, you'll enjoy Atlantis.
and this is all because of you, right? Like this is a thing that this is a gift you gave me. But that's what it is. Like between you and my co-host Sean. Like so the conversation with Sean started like a year ago because I just randomly decided to watch the Stargate movie because I had never seen it. And I was talking to him about it. And he was like, dude, I fucking love Stargate. And then I loved the show. And it was just something he went on and on and on about. And then you started talking to me about it. And then, like, well, if two people I respect fucking really like the thing, I might as well fucking give it a shot.
Watch it. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, pretty much for both me and Tom, Tom grew up on Stargate. Sorry, I grew up on Stargate. Tom grew up on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Which is why we came to this conversation. But and like how like just the show, like as I said to you, the best thing I find with that show compared to other shows now, those last two seasons and the two movies does wrap up nearly 90% of everything.
The only thing that upset me about that show is that fuck, what are their names? Oh my god, me and names today. The general.
Oh, General Hammond.
No, not General Hammond. The later general. He starts off as starts off as oh my
Boundary.
fuck. No. He was the main guy in the first fucking 8 seasons, then he becomes a general.
Oh, O'Neill.
Yeah, the O'Neill and Carter didn't get together.
No.
Bothered the fuck out of me.
No, it never did.
But I shipped them so hard.
I know, but they still don't. But there is a deleted scene in Stargate Atlantis that allures to the fact they did get together in the end.
Cool. So when I watch it on the MGM channel, I won't see the deleted scene, Lee. I won't have this gratification.
No, you won't. And that's the shit thing. It's a deleted scene.
Yeah.
But it's alluded to that, yes, they did finally get together. That is one of the things I do find annoying as well. I'm like, why didn't... Like, I understand why, but there was nothing allure to it.
Did you ever watch Chuck?
No.
Okay. Another one for your list. If any fucking nerd guy should watch Chuck, but it's another one of those shows where the guy and the girl, you just want, like, if these two could just get their fucking shit together for a minute, they would be together and be happy, but they don't ever get their shit together. And like, I never really cared about a relationship on a TV show ever, except for this fucking one where I just like, I would text my buddy and be like, if they just talk to each other,
everything would be great.
Like they just don't talk to each other. And so like, but it's a great show with Zach Levi with a whole bunch of like nerdy goodness throughout the whole thing.
Oh well, I'll definitely add on the list because I think that was pretty popular. And did that get canceled early?
It ended early. It didn't have the right following, and that's the problem with good quality shows. That was the problem with TV at the time. If you didn't discover something because there's so much shit going on, like you missed out on stuff. That's what happened to Firefly.
Yeah.
There was so much other stuff going on that you missed the boat on Firefly, and Firefly was fucking amazing.
Everyone I speak to that has watched Firefly tells me to go watch that.
Yeah. Well, that one's 9 episodes. You can bang that out on a rainy day.
It's Red Dead in space.
Know what I chalk it up to? It's the missions of Han Solo.
All right. Yeah, all right.
It's a space western, but there's like smuggling shit, and they're doing so like it's essentially just the missions of Han Solo on the Millennium Falcon, but it's a different ship and a different guy.
Okay. All right. I'll add that onto the list.
Yeah.
And
then the movie Serenity is pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say Serenity adds on to that. So in a fight, Commander Worf and Tilk, who do you think? This question will expand after you watch Atlantis.
Okay, can I ask one question?
Mm.
Which version of Worf and which version of Tilk? In their primes, or like the current status of where I left them?
Tilk in his prime. Worf in his prime. Not
Okay.
now.
So I'm only going to say Worf because Worf has that Klingon killer instinct. Like, he'll actually finish the job. I think that Tilk would actually has it too, but because he's been humanized so much,
Yeah, okay. Yep.
I
He would
don't think
stop.
he would stop. And he has that. Whereas, like, I full on seen Worf kill guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
To be fair, Tilk has killed guys too, but I mean, but when it came down to like a fucking battle or something like that, but that is a good heated battle. I also chalk up. I think Tilk was inspired by both Worf and Spock.
Yes. Yes, I completely agree to that.
Yeah. So
both aspects are going into that character.
And when you watch it, and if you ever get the pleasure of watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, if you ever get a chance to get there, you'll see a lot of similar episodes between TNG and Stargate. Not to say that Stargate ever ripped anything off. What I'm saying is that there's clear inspiration.
Oh, it has to be. Like, I still love the scene when they go back in time and O'Neill's like, the guy's like, "What's your name?" James T. Kirk. All right, Mr.
That was a
Kirk.
great episode.
Yeah.
That was a great fucking episode. It's flooded with great episodes. So, no, that was a wonderful gift that you and Sean gave me, and I appreciate the fact that not only like I got to watch it, it was something I enjoyed, and I never got bored with it, and it's something I would be happy to revisit.
Oh, good, man. Stargate is one of those shows that I wish I could bleep and rewatch it from the start again, especially with Daniel dying. And
well, here's the beautiful thing about watching it a second time is, and I've noticed this with other shows like Supernatural or Star Trek. Every single time I watch it a second or third time through, there's always something new I've noticed, like a little detail or a little thing. And especially where it's a good enough show where it would call itself out on stuff, you'll see callbacks to some amazing things. That's what Buffy the Vampire Slayer did really well. There's just these little details that are for nobody, but if you're paying attention, they're callbacks to just a minor detail from a previous episode, and the dialogue's amazing.
It's for those true fans.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I am tempted to go back. Actually, no, I think the last time I actually did a run through was probably about a year and a half ago. Last time I did a full run through.
Have you ever watched it with Maddie?
Nah, she won't like it.
Would she not? See, here's the thing. Like, if she can get on board.
I tried.
Yeah, okay. Because like that's sharing something that's like yours, right? I have the same issue with my girlfriend. Like, if I tried to sit her down and watch anything to do with space, she's fucking done. Like, I tried to ease it in with like Back to the Future, where it's like a borderline weird love story, and she couldn't do it.
No.
It's
funny, when you watch that movie as a kid, you didn't realize how weird story it is until you're an adult. You're like,
here's even weirder. How does Marty know Doc Brown? Like, how?
That's never explained. And that's another thing as a kid. I never questioned it.
Yeah, and that was the thing about movies. We didn't question this shit. You didn't have to. They knew each other. Fine. All right, I'm on board.
But how does an old man know a teenage boy? Why does he have a key to his house?
Yeah. Does he work for him? Like, they're just buds? What? Yeah.
Apparently, I think it's explained in the video game, or one of the writers said the fact that Marty stumbled across Doc working an experiment. They got along, and Doc was like, "Hey, do you want to help me with more experiments?" And Marty was like, "Yeah, sure."
I'm okay with it.
Like, that's apparently how it all came together. But coming together, which we're getting right to the end for, is Ted Lasso. Sir, tell me what do you think of last week's episode, and what do you think is going to happen in the final? Because at the time of recording this, season 4 hasn't been confirmed or hasn't been denied that this is the season finale altogether.
Oh, this is done. The show's done here. They win the whole fucking thing, but Ted resigns as coach. They do. So that line, win the whole fucking thing, as I was talking to before we started recording, that's from Major League. The whole premise of the first season is Major League. Major League is about the Cleveland Indians who fucking suck. They haven't made money forever. This woman gains ownership of the team in a divorce, but instead of like wanting them to tank so she can rub it in his face, she wants them to tank so she can move the team to Florida and own the team in Florida and just like live a fucking happy life in sunny Florida. So, and then they bring on a ragtag group of misfits to play baseball, and then they end up winning the whole fucking thing. Spoiler alert. But it's a great fucking late 80s, 90s movie. Charlie Sheen, the dude from those Progressive commercials. I don't know. There's a bunch of people you'll recognize in this movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's the whole premise. But what I like about Ted Lasso is try watching an episode and be in a bad mood.
Nah, you can't. You can't. And he's Ned Flanders. He's Ned Flanders in soccer. But that last week's episode, I'm just finding that this season I haven't watched an episode and thought, okay, that was
Beard forgives Nate.
Oh, and tells him his backstory. I was like, oh my god. Oh.
I love Beard's character. That one-off episode that he had in season 2.
That has to be one of the weirdest episodes.
That was one of my favorite episodes because it was so weird.
Yeah.
What do you think's going on with Jamie's father?
I couldn't tell if he was in prison or in a retirement village.
I think he's in rehab. I think that night when Jamie got in a fight and then he went and fought the other coach was like a fucking awakening for him. So like sobered up the next day, realized what had fucking happened to him, and decided to make a life-changing decision and check himself into rehab.
He could be in rehab. Yeah, 100%. And he'll be at the game. He'll be at the final game.
Or he'll reach out to him saying, I've been in rehab this time, but would you like to come visit? Something like that.
Yeah. But do you feel like it's going to be something has to happen? It's going to be too fairy tale? Like, even if Ted leaves, that's still part of the fairy tale. Like, something still has to happen.
But see, that's the thing about sports in the entertainment. That's what we want. It's the Mighty Ducks. It's Miracle on Ice. It's Field of Dreams. It's when you watch the sport, you get so invested in the team. Now, we watched them lose
repeatedly.
We watched them lose in the first season. Get demoted to the point where they pick themselves back up, get promoted back into this league, and then have to go through loss after loss after loss of not knowing, just trying to figure themselves out. It's a beautiful story, and it's the story of if you keep at it, believe in yourself, work hard, you can get to that accomplishment. You can accomplish what you can do. Now, yeah, like, are there stories where the guys don't win? Yeah, absolutely. I've seen what is it?
Seen most of that.
Yeah, like Remember the Titans. Like, I don't know. There's a bunch of those movies where the team you're rooting for just doesn't fucking win. And what's the Friday Night Lights is a good one.
That was a good one.
But it's this beautiful thing of just, I feel so good about myself after watching Ted Lasso. And it's that finding that I might not be perfect, but if I keep working on myself and it's helping the best version of myself, and then we're taking a look at mental health in sports and how we hold certain people to a criteria that we wouldn't hold a normal person to, or and just having like this other outlook on life come in and then kind of change everyone else's. Like, look how Roy Kent has changed in 3 seasons.
So much.
Yeah.
And,
do you think he and
he's a
Keely?
coach.
Yeah. Do you think he and Keely are gonna get back together, or do you think she's gonna go back to Jamie?
I think they're gonna get big together. I think that's set. Yeah, I think it'd be weird if she got back together with Jamie at this point of the season. But I think they're gonna get back together, and Ted goes off. Ned B's the head coach, which Ned would have to have.
You mean Nate?
Nate, sorry, Nate would have to have after Ted, the biggest story arc of all 3 seasons.
Yeah. Well, what I liked and was a little bit disappointed by is that we didn't see him get fired.
No, he didn't get fired. He
yes,
left.
He did. No, he didn't leave.
No.
He got fired. He chose not to go out with his boss that night.
Yeah.
And hit on women. And his boss went, okay, I see what kind of guy you are. We're done here.
I thought he quit after that night.
No, I don't think he quit. Maybe know what? Maybe I'm speaking out of school. I'll have to rewatch the episode. But it seemed to me that he lost his job at Rex at Newham or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Richard.
Yeah, but
yeah, I do like how his ex-girlfriends and the secretary all went to what's name's house.
Yeah, can we talk to you? Can we get some advice?
Yeah. He's an animal. Leave him alone. Put him down. No, and I still one of the episodes I still love is the Dart episode from season 1, when Ted's like, people underestimate me my entire life.
Yeah.
That's great. But last week's episode,
that dartboard scene, is that what you're talking about? I rewatch that scene once a week.
Yeah, that's such a good scene.
Be curious. What is it? Was a don't be something, but be curious.
Yeah. Be curious. And it's just sad that the show is coming to an end next week.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be the finale. I would love more of the show. I really would, but I do think it's ran its course.
Yeah, if they wrap up everything like what we think is going to happen,
and everything
in season 4,
and everything Bill Lawrence has said has indicated that it's a 3-year run.
Yeah,
and he's also working on another already successful show in Shrinking.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's also a Bill Lawrence show where a bunch of the writers from Ted Lasso are also writing on as well.
Working on it. Actually, no, they're all on strike.
Well, yes, but
yeah, I know what you mean. It's all right. But no, I know I didn't know that. But yeah, if next week's wrap up, it's gonna be good, and it's gonna be sad, and probably me and Randy will probably shed a tear or two.
Yeah,
and then they're gonna be ramped right back up to watch Spider-Man.
Yeah, fucking right on, right back where we started this conversation, man.
Yeah.
No, Ted Lasso is one of the best shows I think to ever hit television. I think whoever does get to watch it, I've been trying to get Sean to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been recommending everybody. I've been recommending old man to watch it.
Mm-hmm. My mom's been on it. Like everyone I know who's seen the show appreciates the show, and it's just one of those things of like, I dare you to feel bad after watching an episode.
Nah, it's just probably the only thing I dislike about it is that it's on Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was the only account I don't have of a streaming service.
Yeah, but now that you have it, and now I think Apple's starting to kill it with shows now.
What's another show?
Well, Shrinking is on there. There was the I always kind of swear by this. I really liked the first season of Schmigadoon.
Oh, really?
I really liked it. I honestly, I got a soft spot for it. Cecily Strong and Keegan-Michael Key, you can't go wrong. And I'm gonna get started on their new season Chicago or whatever they called it. I can't remember
Yeah,
what it is.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no. Oh, I haven't been. None of the show I've actually looked at is like I'm really keen for. The next show, which I really want them to have a release date for already, is The Boys season 4.
yeah. Where are we with that? Is that
It's coming this year. There's no release date. I take my stab in the dark. I'll take it the same thing as last year. It came out. I think it started streaming at the end of June, July.
yeah?
That and Invincible.
That show is unbelievable too.
I'm like, just give us a release date. That's it.
I love anything that Seth Rogen produces. Is fucking amazing. Did you
both...
watch Preacher?
No.
Give that one a go. It's 3 seasons. Like I know that I keep every time you and I talk.
My list keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, I know. Every time we talk, I just give you another fucking show to watch. But
yeah.
Like Seth Rogen knows what he's doing when it comes to comic book shit. And I haven't got a chance to talk to you about it, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that he's involved in.
Yeah, that's right. A new poster got dropped the other day. I kind of totally forgot about it.
I'm cool that it's animated. Personally, I love the old Ninja Turtle movies from the 90s. I have the copy action figures from them.
Were we talking about you bought a costume or you attempted to buy a costume?
No. It was for sale.
Yeah.
And like, would you buy it? And we were all like, if I tripped and fell and landed in Oprah money, yes, I would buy it without hesitation. But
now that's when's that coming out? I want to say that's July.
I hope it's fucking soon because I love those movies.
But no, Seth Rogen knows exactly what he's doing. So what I actually did, because one of the beautiful things with StreamYard is that you can schedule upcoming on Facebook and YouTube. And I did the entire year. And after I did it, I thought, oh, good. Okay. I know when everything's coming out. I was like, oh, The Boys. When is that coming out? And
I just like having things to look forward to, too. Like, The Boys was unbelievable. What do you think of the casting? What with Carl Urban as in Mortal Kombat? He's going to be Luke Cage? Was that? No. Well, I got my name.
No, no, not Luke Cage. Oh, it's Cage something. Yeah. I'm down for that. The other two people I thought of was I could see The Miz from WWE playing him, and the other person was I thought Jamie Tart could do it.
That's decent casting.
If Jamie bulked up a bit, I could see either of them one doing it, but Carl Urban, he's gonna nail it. He's gonna absolutely nail it. I'm trying to find this next Teenage Mutant Ninja movie. But yeah, I could totally see him killing it. And it feels ages since that first Mortal Kombat movie came out, which was so good.
It was so good.
And everybody loved it.
Yeah, no, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I was hesitant. Like, I think that's the other thing, too, when it's like an IP that you're a little bit like, you like it and you kind of tread carefully. There's not, and like, we've been burned before when it came to Mortal Kombat. Also with Super Mario Brothers, but also, don't you kind of want to revisit the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie?
I don't know.
Did you ever see it?
Oh, I've seen clips of it. I've never seen it in full because I can't bring myself. But you know what? I should go back and I should do a review of it and be like, "Hey, watching this for the very first time, let's go."
Yeah,
and see how it goes. I'm still trying to find this. But no, I haven't seen it, but I know how shit it is.
But like with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, it's like and Dennis Hopper, it's unbelievable casting.
Like they're good. And the thing is, Bob Hoskins is the same guy that was in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Bob Hoskins is amazing, and he will never not be amazing.
No. And he did so good. And I always think I actually went back and watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit just recently. And
did you watch the Chippendales movie right after? Because they're very similar.
The new one?
Yeah.
The new Chippendale. Yeah, I watched it last year.
Yeah,
That was really good.
Do you notice how similar it was to
Yeah.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That was the
Yes.
inspiration behind that film. That scene where they have all the Seth Rogen characters like laughing at each other, was fucking dying.
It was so good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and it's coming
Yeah,
on August the 2nd.
August 2nd. I'm fucking down, buddy. It's gonna be good. Like that's what it is. Like anything that Seth Rogen puts his name on tends to be amazing. Do you ever see that movie he did with Charlize Theron where she's like a political figure
No,
and
I've been
he's like a
meaning to watch
writer?
that.
It's good. Or did you ever see the American Pickle, I think it's called?
No,
Where
apparently that's got good reviews too.
yeah, the man doesn't do bad stuff. Like
Yeah,
I
and
dare you show me something bad that Seth Rogen's in besides from the Guilt Trip. And even then, I watched it recently. Not that fucking bad.
no, I couldn't tell you a really bad Seth Rogen movie, and I'm glad he's also a character in Invincible too.
Yeah. Well, that's because
So
he's an executive producer on this stuff, and he's putting out shows of comic books that he likes, that he thinks the world would like, and that's what I like happening. That's what he did with Preacher. Like Preacher, we get a character by the name of fucking Arsehole because he like shot himself in the mouth, and now his mouth looks like a fucking asshole.
so he's got an asshole.
Or ass face or something like that. It's something like that. but and then like there's like angels and vampires and demons. It's like it's got everything. It's fucking.
I've seen the trailer for it. I've seen good reviews for it as well, and it looks like something that's totally up my alley.
Yeah, and then you go in and to The Boys. Like this is a comic book that he read by was it Kurtzman, the same guy that did The Walking Dead.
Yes, I think
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Invincible. The guy's just a fan of this guy's stuff, so he goes like, "Listen, as long as I have a production company that's bringing in money, you keep writing shit because I'm going to keep producing your stuff." Like, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah. I'm exactly the same, and I can't wait for those seasons to come out, and I can't wait for next week for Ted Lasso.
Like you would never think that in a year or in television that you would see a man shrink down to go inside another man's penis, and then we would see it.
No, and to add on top of that, I would have also not thought that was actually a practical set, but it was. And it was very much a practical set that we did see on that, and that scene also won an award for special effects. That's the world we live in.
That's fucking nuts, man.
So, but apparently the guy Anthony, I can't remember his last name, the guy who does Homelander, he also mentioned that apparently he's filmed one of the most bizarre scenes.
Anthony
in season
Starr.
4. Yeah, he's filmed one of the
so
most bizarre
good.
scenes.
He's one of your own, isn't he? Isn't he Australian?
No, he's he is right. I'm not too sure. I think he's New Zealand.
Okay. Is he?
Yeah, he's New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, he's he's New Zealand. So, and he's absolutely killing it as Homelander, which Homelander and Omni-Man are rumored to be in the new Mortal Kombat.
Fucking sick. And then J.K. Simmons kills it as Omni-Man. Like it's
just think, Mark, think.
Oh, it's just so enjoyable to me. It really is, and it's. I don't know. We're living in the heyday of television. It's a great time to be a nerd, but also what I'm trying, like what we were discussing, like what you gave me with Stargate is, and what I'm trying to return the favor if you ever have the time, is that there's a lot of like stuff to discover in the past. It's amazing that some people miss out on. Like there's so, and like I feel like I haven't given a fair shake to a bunch of stuff. Like there's like the nerd show Farscape. Did you ever watch that?
No, I know, but apparently there's a
Apparently,
couple. There's two of the actors when they were in Stargate that jumped over.
yeah. What's his name in the last 2 seasons? I think is the
Mm,
main guy.
mm.
Um,
And Val, she also jumped over.
yeah. So like Farscape was apparently really good, and Babylon 5.
Yes, apparently that was good as well.
Yeah. So like there's stuff to check out. Like
It's all about timing. That's the hard
yeah,
part.
yeah. Like how much time can we devote to television? Like
Yeah,
there's a bunch of shit I've got to watch over the years because I watched when they were happening. Like when I saw Chuck, I watched when it was happening, and it was an
yeah.
unbelievable show. Star Trek, I didn't TNG. I didn't watch what was happening, but I watched it all on
Yeah, as I
reruns.
say,
Oh,
that was
but-
one of the shows that are always on reruns.
Yeah, and that's basically everything.
Mm.
But like, if you ever get the downtime when there's no new shows, go back and watch a classic thing that you missed out on.
Oh yeah, which is next gen.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Go
need
next- Go next gen, and if you enjoy that, go Deep Space Nine, then go Voyager, then you can go Enterprise if you want. I don't know.
Oh.
Like
Can't
I just finished it myself, and the last 2 seasons are a lot better than the first 2 seasons. But there's a cheesy theme song that just pulls me right out of it. But yeah, like, is there what's an IP that's coming out soon that you cannot wait for? That you know
Show-wise?
this, yeah, like show wise, movie wise, like what's got you going like I can't fucking wait.
Not related to anything superheroes or anything is Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
That what's got me for that is Christopher Nolan, the madness, all the cast, something that's not superheroes, something nothing related to that. That is the next thing I am super stoked for.
did you do Tenet? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did watch Tenet. Yeah, I like
And
Tenet.
yeah, you liked it.
Yeah,
All right,
but you definitely need a second run through on that.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I watched it the first time and I was like, I'm very confused.
I know. Yeah, it's Inception turned up to 11.
Yeah, and that's what I like what Chris Nolan does. He has great originality, and that's what he was bringing to the table. And I thoroughly.
That's what I'm excited for, is because he's one of those directors that someone told him, so how do you make a story? This is a beginning, middle, and end. And he's really looked and gone, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm doing something different. And you have a look at the Dark Knight trilogy, and then you look at Inception, you look at Tenet, you look at Interstellar. Like, he just crafts these great original stories that is peak cinema. And I can only imagine what he's done with Oppenheimer, which is I'm so excited for.
Mm-hmm.
How about yourself?
Oppenheimer is one of them. I'm gonna be honest with you, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has got me really excited. I'm kind of at like a lull after watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Volume 3, because like that was the movie I was waiting for. Out of all the things that, like, that one I was really waiting for, and now that I've had it and I've processed it, the fact that they've announced John Wick 5, I'm pretty excited about. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, it's in early development, and apparently a video game too.
Yeah. I just find there's a lot of good things going on, and it's just a good time to go to the movies or kick back, relax,
and do what we do.
Yeah, like I know that you're excited for Across the Universe next week, but this weekend you should be checking out The Machine. So there's a story of a guy named Bert Kreischer, stand-up comedian, where
Mafia. Went to Russia
mob, where he accidentally joins the Russia mob and robs a train. Well, they kind of made a movie about this, and then it starts off with that story, and then it continues with him at his age now, where someone he wronged during that robbery is out for revenge against him. Mark Hamill plays his father.
I did see that. I did see that in the trailer.
that's a movie I'm excited for. In fact, now I don't know how good you are about doing bucket list events. Like, do you have a bucket list? Do you have anything like written out, or do you kind of like know things you want to do in life?
Oh, I've got a bucket list somewhere,
Okay,
to go do.
fair enough. What I lived a lucky enough life where I've been able to cross a lot of shit off on my bucket list. One of them recently was go see a baseball game at Fenway Park, watch the Boston Red Sox play.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, it was amazing. Next thing on my list is I've always wanted to see a live show at the venue Red Rocks in Colorado. Now, have you ever seen Red Rocks? What this venue looks like?
No.
Now, um, I'm gonna send you a link real quick. Just Red Rocks. See if I can find it for you. Yes, here we go. I'm just gonna pull up an image here, and I'm just gonna send this to you in the chat. But this has been a lifelong goal of like since I've heard of it. So you just click on that. It's been like a life goal of mine to see a show here. And it's this beautiful
Holy
amphitheater.
shit.
And I'm going in October to Colorado to watch the same stand-up comedian Bert Kreischer perform stand-up that venue in the fourth fucking row.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can see why you'd want to go see that.
Dude, the venue is unbelievably cool. And like that's been like kind of my life of just like, well, I want to travel, I want to see things. Like, like, have you ever seen a show at the Sydney Opera House?
No. No. No, I've never had the desire to.
No, if a cool band was ever playing there, you wouldn't want to go.
If there was someone I'd really, really wanted to see, sold, I'd go. 100%.
Because like that's like a bucket list event of mine. I would love to see anything there. That building is insane to me.
Hey, if you ever come down to Australia, you gotta tell me.
Yeah, no, I'm working on it. It's a plan in the works. But like that's another bucket list thing. Like I want to see a hockey game in all the Canadian cities, and I'm slowly but surely going to probably turn that into every arena that has every pro arena. Like I don't know, like shit like that. I legit had Meet Kevin Smith on my bucket list, and I got to cross that off in my lifetime.
That's awesome. When'd you see him?
So in 2018, when did he have his heart attack? 2019.
Oh, yeah.
So,
no, I can't.
so right after he had his heart attack, he had a show in Edmonton, and I would listen to the Ralph Report, which he does with which Ralph Garman does, and he's co-host for Hollywood Babylon, and they were coming to Edmonton to do Hollywood Babylon live. So while talking to Ralph Garman, because I was a 4-star general, he did this thing where he'll talk to the fans, and I got to have a phone call conversation with him where he went like, he goes like, you know what, we're actually planning a tour to Edmonton. I go, if you guys come to Edmonton, you already have my money. He goes, if you buy tickets, you're welcome to come backstage. So I said, cool. I got tickets, and I won 2 other tickets on the radio. So me and 3 friends went to the show, got to meet him backstage, and then I had that moment when like you get to meet that guy and you got to tell them how much they mean to you in your lifetime. And and he did not disappoint. I told him a story about how he tells a story about how his father let him stay up late to watch George Carlin live at Carnegie. And I tell a story how my dad woke me up to watch An Evening with Kevin Smith and how he was my George Carlin. And then he gave me a hug after that. And it was one of the proudest moments of my life. Yeah. And then I got a video of him and Ralph Garman and me saying, fuck you to my buddy Sean.
Worth it.
Worth it. Honestly, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. And I find I truly believe like you gotta put it out there, like you write it down. And I was actually thinking of ways.
That's true. When people say you gotta write it down for it to actually happen.
Yeah, so I was like thinking of ways of like how I would do this. So I had ideas of like, well, if I go to a Hollywood Babylon show and write an email, maybe I could like buy tickets to like an LA Kings and Oilers game and see if they would want to come with me. And if they say no, no problem. then I'll just ask 2 people in the crowd if they want to go with me instead and make new friends. Like that's like the way I saw this going in my head. But like it just worked out in an entirely different way. And when they say don't meet your heroes, this is a man I got to meet, and the fucking story was unbelievable. Like
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. He is as great as you think he's gonna be.
Well, he looks like it all in these interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
like
that's awesome.
like the dude didn't disappoint, and neither did Ralph Garman. Ralph Garman, you probably, if you don't know Hollywood Babylon, you probably would have recognized him from his voice, at least from like Family Guy or anything Seth MacFarlane's ever done, because Seth MacFarlane puts him in everything. But
I have no doubt.
Yeah. But that's all I'm saying is like I'm not sure if you're a bucket list guy, but like I'm huge on it, and I'm trying to live my life in ways of just like I did this cool thing. Let me talk to you about it. I'm doing this cool thing. Let me tell you about it. And like I want to bring people along the ride with me. So if I ever do a show in the Sydney Opera House, I would love it if you came with me. That would be a fucking cool thing.
I'll be there, man.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Yeah, fucking A.
Yeah.
I don't even care what it is, because it's a beautiful building, and like I don't even know, like I know that they don't just do opera there, because I know Kevin Smith has done a show there before.
Yeah, it's a concert hall.
Yeah, so you like bands that you and I probably would mutually enjoy.
Yeah,
would probably play there. Yeah, that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
and that's all. No, that's just what it is. It's just like a cool thing. And then I don't know where exactly you are in Australia.
I'm at the bottom. So New South Wales is above us.
Okay.
So it'd be an hour flight for me.
An hour flight for you?
Yeah.
Worth it.
We can make it happen.
No, but even then, like I work in aviation, so I get like discounts with flights and stuff. So it makes my life a little bit easier.
So easy.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Well, if you ever do make the plan, tell me.
We'll do a fucking live podcast somewhere, and then we'll fucking go do cool shit. Or we'll do cool shit, and then we'll do a live podcast talking about the cool shit we just did.
Sold. Absolutely sold.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, look, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, and thank you for sharing that little tip at the end. That is awesome, and I'm jealous now.
Yeah, we'll go see The Machine this weekend.
It's on the list. It's on the list with everything else. But no, thank you very much, and thank you for everyone who's tuning in, watching, listening on all the platforms, and on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You know all the rest. Any final words, Tom?
Oh, dude, just thanks for having me. I love doing this with you. It's just like hanging out with a buddy. I love this shit. Always a pleasure. Every time. Thank you very much. Check us out, Two Sides of the Story. Release new episodes every Monday. Check us out on our Instagram, Two Sides of the Story Pod. Or if you want to send us an email, tell us about how much we're a bunch of hacks. You can email us at the number 2 sides of the story pod at gmail.com. Do it. It's well worth it. The show is fantastic, and only sky's the limit. And I can't wait for you guys to open your merch store. Coming soon. Actually, we gotta coming soon. Good. Well, everyone, thank you very much. And until next time, happy ranting. Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.